Today we are going to learn a powerful breathing hack that instantly calms your mind and soothes your emotions. Namaskar. Welcome to Get Inspired Spiritually, a place to find yourself and awaken spiritually. I'm your host, Yadunandan. This breathing hack is actually a continuation of the previous hack which we had taught. Think of this is particularly applicable in extremely stressful situations like that of an interview or just before your annual or monthly reviews. This hack is actually a very useful in any sort of a performative anxiety or any sort of a neurosis state. It instantly helps you to revert back to your natural state of calm and confidence. To control any emotion, to control emotions, to control the mind is basically like where you control your emotions. Primarily there are two ways. The metacognitive techniques, which is actually provided by the modern psychologists. One of the popular metacognitive techniques is 5 second rule. Basically the metacognitive techniques are like where you are going to hack your mind in turn, where in turn you are going to prevent the mind from hacking you. Okay, the basic problem is our mind won't be listening. Mind or the unconscious mind, which is our body, it won't be listening to our commands, and there is actually a lack of synchronicity between these two, and that's why all these emotions are felt in the body. Okay, so any emotions like worrying, anxiety, or performative tensions just before attending any critical event is due to this lack of synchronicity between your mind and the mind is actually the rational mind and the unconscious mind, which is your body. And the other way technique, which is actually given by the Ashtanga Yoga Sutras, is through breathing. Okay, so a prominent yoga acharya known as he's very famous in Karnataka. He was actually an Asthan Vidwan in Mysore Asthan. His name was Thirumalai Krishnamacharya. Through breathing, he was able to control his aging process. He was able to control his involuntary functions like heartbeat, or digestion, or any sort of involuntary functions. He was able to control, and he lived for about 112 or 14 years. And I remember this when I was reading about this great person. At the age of 90, his backbone was actually broken. It got ruptured, but his grandkids told him and advised him and immediately tried to take him to a modern hospital, but he refused that and he cured it by himself. This is the power of yoga, and we've been teaching a lot of techniques like Kumbhaka Pranayama and various variants in Antarika Kumbhaka, Bahya Kumbhaka 1, 2, and so many variants we have been teaching. So we request you to kindly go through that playlist, which we are going to provide you in the description, where you can refer to after this session. Now, this technique is something where we are going to hack into our emotions by controlling our breathing. See, whenever you feel intense emotions, immediately you can, if you observe yourself, your breathing will be very, very rapid, and which is actually supported with your rapid heartbeat that actually completely decreases your longevity. Many times we have told that there are about 74,74,000 breaths assigned to a man of about 100-year Ayush. So this is what is actually the thing. But whenever you take, that's going to hamper your health functions and various other things. But this hack involves, once you take control of your breathing, you can control your emotions also. Uh, we are going to start this particular practice. So whenever you feel anxious, or whenever you notice that you are breathing rapidly and rapid heart breathing, immediately you exhale off like this. Inhale, deep inhale, naturally you inhale, okay, and hold the breath. while you hold this breath. Now, the previous hack we told just holding the breath for 5 seconds, okay, like 5, 10. If still the mind doesn't come to control, you can hold it up to 10 seconds, up to 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So, this way you can do. But the catch here with this technique is once you hold this breath, you can chant your Ishtadeva names. It can be Shiva, it can be Krishna, it can be Hanuman, anyone. You can keep chanting. The moment you hold, keep chanting in your mind. If you are in a public space like Krishna, 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 or Shiva, 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 you can keep on chanting in your mind, keep on holding the breath, and you chant it for as many times as you can. As much you can hold the breath as much time as you can, and even while exhaling also, you chant the name and then you exhale. So this way is very powerful. And the other catch is like you by chanting the name of gods, you can increase your vibrations. There are a lot of metaphysical processes involved here. When you chant a mantra or a lord's name, you are actually absorbing the cosmic energy, and this also assists in calming your mind. When you receive positive cosmic energy by chanting the holy name of Lord, people call this as punya and all. Punya is nothing but I mean, not excessive, apt receival of positive energy as and when this receival of cosmic energy is happening whenever you chant mantras, you do puja, when you visit temples, or you practice meditation, or you do pranayama. This receival is happening. That is something that what you need to notice. Why after going to temple, why you feel happy or feel peaceful is there is actually an aura exchange that is happening. The murti or that is present, the idol that is present in the garbhagudi of the temple carries an aura that is an epitome of cosmic energy. And once your aura is exchanged with that particular energy center, you feel happy, you receive cosmic energy, and you feel immensely blissful. So this way it goes. Now we can start. We can practice for once or twice. Now first thing is exhale off. Inhale gradually, deep inhale. Hold. Chant in your mind any god's name. So this way you can do it, and the other way around is we can chant vocally. If you are in a private space and you are not able to control your emotions, then we can do like this: Shiva, 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 Shiva. So this way, this also you can observe that instantly you can calm your mind. So this is one hack. The reason why we are teaching you all this technique, although this is not, in a way it is concerned with Kundalini energy, because Kundalini yoga is about all this. So first thing is like we should be able to manage our life well, manage our responsibilities well, and then the yogic practice will be a supplement to all this. Ultimately, that is the one. But spiritual path is not about abandoning your responsibilities and just sitting like a monk, like a sage in some ashram and doing. No, that is not. That's actually the last stage, the final stage of spirituality, where you attain, where you go for vanaprastha or sannyasa ashrama. That is that. But you should understand in what stage you are. If you are a family person, you should. The first thing is you should follow your grihastha dharma well. You should also practice all these things, also manage your responsibilities well, and then only you can go to the next stage.